Get strong, lean, and jacked naturally. And even if you're a dumbass, you still can't mess this up. Most of you are wasting your time in the gym. 12 exercises per muscle, 6-day bro splits, giant sets, supersets. It's all junk volume. Here's what you actually need. Just get brutally strong at these 5 lifts. Squat, deadlift, bench, overhead press, strict pull-up. That's your entire program. 2 to 4 hard sets per lift.
Botrix has successfully joined the channel.
Add weight or reps every week. Track it, beat it, then repeat, and add accessory exercises when you want, but only if you want to, not because you have to. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. I'm still natural, still sub 12% body fat, and I rarely do isolation work, and I still outlift half the internet. You don't need new science, you need more discipline. You need to stop training like a pussy. And if you want the full breakdown of this protocol,
Dude, this is still going on. This is getting ridiculous.
A bunch of new body cam footage came in. No one's ever seen it, and we're gonna watch it right now.
He came to harass us at our place. He's out of state.
So this is filmed right after I get released from jail the first time, because I got arrested because I was trying to serve them court papers to take them to court. They're just making up reasons for me to be arrested, but then I get out of jail because I paid for bond. I get out of jail, and now Ammon's just calling the police because he's like, "You guys let Ben out of jail? Like, what the hell? Like, how could you guys do that? Ben needs to be in jail right now."
So he was arrested, and I think he was booked into the Utah County Jail. Okay. And he must have been released, even though he's an out-of-state, like, flight risk. He was released, and so he's a YouTuber that does this stuff for videos and clicks. Okay. He was arrested in California for doing this kind of trespassing and kind of stuff. Like before, just I think in 2024. Right.
My first time getting arrested ever was for serving my court papers.
This is my first time ever getting arrested.
This is my first time ever getting arrested, but I think Ammon's thinking, oh, well, if I lie to the police and make it seem like he's a criminal, maybe they'll just keep him in jail this time,
So that's what's happening. And so, but we like, he's also been passing fraudulent gift certificates to financially harmed.
Fraudulent gift certificates. Does he mean the Guinness World Record?
Oh, I was so confused. I've watched that part like 5 or 6 times. I was like, what's he mean gift certificates?
Yeah. I think he means the World Record certificate.
This is an award for most Legos stolen by any company in the world.
That's what's going on. But at this point, I just need some information so I can tell our staff what is going on, because if I need to go and get some of my staff armed so that he can't threaten them, that's what I need to do. Or they're going to go find him and rearrest him because he clearly had to have violated some kind of rule. There's got to be something to stop this guy from continuing to intimidate our staff.
Yeah, how'd you guys let this guy out of jail? If we let this guy out of jail, he's going to kill our staff. Like, how can you possibly think of letting this guy out of jail?
You watch this, I feel like you're just like, dude, this is hilarious. I'm like, dude, this pisses me off.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, yeah.
What the heck? Like, he's literally lying through his freaking teeth.
I don't know what has been done since he was arrested yesterday.
Sure.
Like, we all sighed a big sigh of relief this morning knowing that he was arrested last night. Yeah. And then to have this happen all over again, like, everyone's feeling some pretty significant trauma that he's just not going to stop.
Yeah, so it's not the police or corrections that let him out. That's going to be a judge, right? And so that would be a complaint that would have to be directed towards their office to find out what's the deal. Why would you let this guy out when he's stalking us, right? That's
yeah. So really quick. Sorry, let me grab a pen. Who do I contact for that?
He's like, dude, what are you talking to me about this for? Talk to the judge.
The police officer's like, we tried to keep him in jail until his court case for a month, but the stupid judge let him out. So, like, don't complain to me, complain to the judge.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I suggest you put all evidence that you have against this guy on that.
He acts really, like, cutesy, like he's clearly got some form of sociopathic disorder, because he lies through his teeth. He says and does whatever he can to just get away with whatever he wants. Again, multiple arrests, I think, in the past in different states.
So obviously, if you look in the police records, you can see that I've never been arrested before. But because Ammon said so, maybe the police will just listen to Ammon,
you know? Taking his word every single time. They're taking his word over your evidence. That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
That's another charge, obviously. I mean, we'll stack him until he leaves you guys alone, I guess. You know what I mean? Or they put him in jail, one or the other.
Dude, that's so insane to freaking say.
Basically, I think Ammon lied to them saying that there's a restraining order when there wasn't, And so he's like, oh, well, that's another charge, and we're just going to keep making up charges about me until I'm in jail for good is kind of what it sounds like. Even though the evidence goes against everything you say, I want to help you out, Ammon, because
I can stack. I'll try to stack it on this stalking case.
Oh my god, dude! Does
That's
he not
crazy.
know that he's recorded?
I am just going to figure this out here. Okay, sir. I'm going to call the jail, and then I will meet you over there, okay?
Okay, perfect. See you
right,
there in a little bit.
Yep, bye. Hey, it's Abrams with Orem Police Department. How you doing? You guys let a guy go this morning. It sounds like named was released from the jail today.
Officer Abrams?
Yep. Jim.
Nice to meet you.
Yep. Man, is there any way I can use your bathroom?
Yeah,
real quick?
for sure. We've got one right back here.
Taking my body camera off and setting it down for a second so I can use the bathroom. You shouldn't be doing this stuff, right? You know what I mean? All 5 of them should be charged.
basically what they're saying now is not only should we put Ben in jail for forever for trying to serve these court papers, we should put all 5 of his team members in jail for trying to take you guys to court. You guys don't deserve to go to court, and anyone that tries to take you to court, we're going to put them in jail indefinitely.
They started threatening to kill some of the staff. And so they're just like, hey, if you don't, we're gonna kill you if you don't give this guy his money back and all this other stuff, and like all these things. And so we're like, dude, like you guys have to go through the appropriate legal channels. This guy has nothing to do with it, other than he just gets off on making videos and like if you look him up again, he goes by the name of Rex YouTube, and he films himself doing illegal things all the time, and then he gets his videos taken down. You can do all sorts of research on him. That's what we're dealing with, is a guy who had, like, honest to goodness, he's a sociopath. As we've done some additional searches on him, he has it appears that a relative of him, of his, because he's originally from Ohio and moved to LA.
With this shit?
Some relative of his with the same name, that, based on what we can piece together, was convicted of child porn or child sexual contact, some of these other types of things. So there's a very real chance that he may have been abused as a child, but that set him through a mental disorder, kind of whatever the case may be. He's clearly a sociopath and does not care about the system.
My whole family's pretty close, and I'm 99.999999999% sure that's not true. But if it is true, I would like to know who that is. So, because I would, that's probably important information for me if there is someone in my family that's like that. But just a really quick update. I think we found the guy that Ammon's talking about.
Athens man is sentenced after he was found guilty of 110 felony counts for recording and distributing child pornography from his home. Benjamin Schneider is sentenced to 8 years in prison.
So yeah, I guess this guy also got charged in Ohio, and he has a very similar name to me. It's actually the exact same name as me. And maybe he thought that this person was me. Maybe that explains why he's saying I have been arrested multiple times. I mean, clearly this person is not me. I mean, but also maybe Ammon's not the smartest person in the world, so maybe he thought that we were the same person. I don't know, but this is the closest I was able to find of what Ammon could be talking about.
We know this guy's a sociopath, and so we are very afraid for our staff. Yes, sir. And these guys coming in, they've threatened people before. They don't care about the law, right? Right. And that's what makes us very scared, is because again, do I? And I'm kind of asking a serious question. In your opinion, would you go get a shotgun and bring it in the store?
He keeps asking so, you're the police officers, you think it's a good idea that we should have guns to defend ourselves next time Reckless Ben comes in, right? I think what he's trying to do is, because Josh Johnson said he was going to shoot us just for trying to serve him papers.
Holy crap, dude. Wait, hold on. This is insane. So he's basically asking, hey, officers, do you think it's a good idea for me to have a gun, a shotgun, in case this guy comes around again? So he can get the okay from the police officer. Yeah. So he's like, hey, the officer said I can, insinuating that he can kill you.
Well, the police officers the one that told me to do this. I'm just within my rights. He was trying to kill me, and I'm just defending myself. Yeah, he's trying to come up with a reason to justify murdering us, I think, which...
This is actually insane.
Yeah, it's a little scary, but...
In a situation like this where some people we feel like are in danger.
I personally encourage people who are able to carry legally to carry.
Okay, so that's basically all the footage after I got arrested of them freaking out, and I think that kind of explains why, because a few hours later we do the GoFundMe. Sheldon gets arrested just for promoting this GoFundMe, and then they send a whole SWAT team of police officers to my house to just arrest everyone. So basically Ammon's doing what I like to call the 3-year-old method, which is basically if a 3-year-old really wants something and they're not getting it, what do they usually do?
Whine, cry, kick the back of the seat when they're in the car.
Basically this. That's kind of what Ammon's doing. Like, Ammon at first isn't really getting what he wants. It's like, I mean, I guess he got me arrested, but then I get out of jail and he's like, oh shoot, if I just keep saying he's stalking us, they're not going to keep him in jail for I got to make up some story to put him back in jail. It's exactly what a 3-year-old would do, right? And then he says, we're going to murder him. He's like, we're threatening him, and
he's not getting what he wants, so he just keeps like whining and crying. He's like, they're doing this,
and we
they're
can't,
threatening.
Yeah, and we can't, honestly, we can't really get mad at Ammon for doing this, because
So, another day, playing RuneScape, chillin', vibing, and I see more World of Warcraft stuff obviously pop up in the feed. This time around, it's unfortunate stuff that we have to see because a content creator who I'm well aware of, named Nightman, he does a lot of TikTok clips, a lot of rogue PvP stuff, pretty much exposed all of Nightslayer and the toxic behaviors of guilds, and one particular guild that he shows in this video, which we have on the screen here, which I highly recommend you guys going to watch because me just yapping about it doesn't do it justice, and he deserves all the views for it. But with that being said, the topics of the video that we're talking about here today, one being how people perceive content creators in the WoW scene, and number 2, the racism in the World of Warcraft scene and the amount of slurs, just toxic behavior that needs to get left behind in the past that no longer should be warranted in the current scene of WoW. That also includes Blizzard not doing a damn job at all to help out with any of this because their system of tickets and helping the player base is totally abysmal and it's garbage and it needs to improve, which we'll talk about that a little bit more. But let's talk about the first one, the content creator side. I feel like for the past several months, I've seen things like this happen in the past where I talk about, you know, mental health, and I feel like mental health was a big subject at the time. I think June of last year I went over it in terms of why I feel like it's so important for people to understand mental health and how us as creators, even developers and players of the community, everybody deals with issues that they want to escape from, and they want to use World of Warcraft as an outlet to outsource their problems that they deal with IRL. With content creation, it's also very hard sometimes to deal with that because you're always having to deal with the community belittling you every corner that you turn. Whether you're a person who does news videos, you do entertainment format, or you do troll content, it doesn't matter. I know a lot of people in the TVC scene, you know, they have made fun of people like No Hit Jerome for how he conducts his raids and all that stuff, but a lot of things that you don't see most of the time from the content creation side is really to keep you guys entertained. The fact that you have something to talk about on a daily basis, whether it's a troll raid, whether it's a news video, whether it's an updated Blizzard informational piece, at least it's content you guys get to consume that creators work hard for to provide you guys, and actually having something to discuss when Blizzard is not giving you guys zero. They're not giving you any informational piece to actually go off from. So the content creators try to fill your day with something to keep the community having informational stuff to talk about, have some fun about, maybe even some drama. It doesn't even matter what it is. The content creation is to help continue the game, have discussion, and keep it alive. And I think it's always a good thing to see that type of content creation. There's times when you make a video and it's just not something that is really totally resonating with the audience, and they'll let you know that. People are smart. They're not dumb. Sometimes they're dumb, but not all of them are dumb. And they will inform you if something that you made is just not of the quality that they're trying to see, or they don't want to hear it for that type of day, or it doesn't make sense for the week of current Blizzard standards of where the game is. But other times they'll let you know that it's a great job, right? And unfortunately, as a content creator, you have to deal with the highs and the lows. Sometimes you're doing really good with videos, and sometimes you're doing really bad. And obviously, it's not always going to be a negative all the time, and there's a lot of positive things that do come from also learning from failures of doing content creation and realizing your mistakes when you publish a video that people like, or they resonate with, or even if they don't resonate with. And I think you could learn a lot from even your worst videos, because you consider those failures as a way for you to take the next step in improving yourself. And that's how you see content creators get better at this scene, whether it's World of Warcraft or any niche that you are in general. And I feel like the community, obviously in the World of Warcraft specific scene, they don't quite understand that as much, because
did all that for no reason.
The mental fortitude that you have to have in being a content creator in World of Warcraft can be quite straining and quite difficult, because one, you're dealing with always having to rely on Blizzard. And unfortunately, when you always have to rely on Blizzard, you don't really have a lot of information to go off from. So what do you have to do? You have to choose your avenue. Are you going to be news related? Are you doing drama? Are you covering topics of balance and updates on Wowhead? Are you being entertaining? You know, what pillar of niche are you trying to tackle in the WoW scene to give somebody something? Are you doing some type of RP roleplay style thing, you know? What is the area that you're trying to do? And doing that is quite difficult for every content creator to master, including myself. You get better as time goes on. And I think the people that realize that hard work and realize that appreciation of what it takes to actually succeed at this whole content creation thing is really noticeable, and your community reflects from that. And obviously you're going to get trolls. You're going to get people that are negative Nancy's. They don't really want to see you do well. They live for seeing you do bad. They watch you because it is hate watching for them, and they enjoy the fact that you are not doing well, so it fulfills them, because they don't have anything in their life fulfilling anything for them, truthfully. They've lost the sense of fulfillment, and they live in a very dark, lonely, desperate place of trying to find desire through another person's failure, which is sad. But it is the truth, and that is the reality of the situation, even with having the perks of doing content creation, because you have a community, you have the masses you talk to, and people don't really like to see people succeed when it comes to anything in life in general at times. So from a content creation side, a lot of creators are normally the targets for a lot of these issues, including the Nightman subject that we're talking about. And I know it took some time to get to.
What's going on, guys? I'm going to be showing you how to change your font in Classic WoW without any add-ons in a super simple way. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, the first step you need to do is you need to find your WoW Classic folder. And for me, it would be under Program Files and Local Disk in WoW. And there's going to be the option to Retail and Classic. You're going to hit Classic, obviously. And in here, this is where you need to go and create a new folder and call it Fonts. Alright, when you get that done, you are going to need to go and find a font file with the .ttf. It's pretty simple. I have one that I use in the description, and this is the one that I'm going to be showing you how to use. When you go in, you're just going to want to hit download. Open that file up. Alright, now with this, you're going to want to just go ahead and just copy the folder, or file, not folder, and paste it into the fonts file we just made. And with this, you're going to want to rename it with this exact text in all caps. And you're going to want to do that again, so with a different name this time. And on this one right here, there is 2 underscores. Paste another one, rename this one, and another. Alright, the last one is going to be just 1 underscore in between that. Alright, now when you get all 5 of these, you should be good to go. And here you go. You got the font to work. Alright, there you go, guys. Super simple. Doesn't take more than 5 minutes to get set up. No add-ons. Alright, good luck.
This is ridiculous, man. Vertex, maybe? If this doesn't work, I don't know what to do. What is happening? This is so ridiculous. What is going on? Do I need to restart the internet? Man, progress.
you